You criticize and judge a little too harshly. You make an ass out of you and me is what an assumption. That kind of, I think, is the biggest thing that you have tended to do over the years.
What's something I got right as your dad that you think I probably don't know that I got right?
I think you don't realize how much you showed up for me on a day-to-day basis. Whenever we would fight, we did butt heads. You wouldn't let me go to bed angry or sad, and you would come in and you'd be like, hey, I love you, Cody. I'm sorry about how today went. I don't think you understood how much that mattered to me because it's like, yeah, I don't agree with you, and I'd go like get all mad in my room. I'm gonna run away from home.
That's happened.
And but you come in and like, hey, I love you, and you took accountability for your actions, and that made me feel maybe not like you were right, but it made me feel like, okay, he's not out to get me. He just doesn't necessarily maybe see where I'm coming from or whatever, 8-year-old or so on until I mean, even now, you still come
16.
you still come in my room now and be like, hey, Cody, by the way, I know we didn't see eye to eye. I love you though. I hope you didn't take offense. I'm like, well, no, dude, I was in my feelings, but I understand you're just trying to be a good dad still.
What was it like growing up with me specifically? Not just having a dad, but having me as your dad.
A lot of funny moments, a lot of annoying moments as well. I think you do humor right a lot of the time, but when you don't, you're like, I think you're like me or I'm like you, whatever way, where we tend to then try to make jokes in light of hard moments, and it doesn't always fix it.
What did you figure out about me by watching? Not from anything I said or tried to teach you.
Sometimes brutal honesty is better than saving someone's feelings because being brutally honest is actually being more caring towards them as a person and treating them with a certain respect that saving face can't, especially when it's hard, is way better than like trying to be like, oh, no, it's not that big of a deal, but if it is a big deal, you just kind of like you say it, you just be blatant about it.
Do you think that my tendency to do that is like a broadsword sometimes and overshoots and does hurt feelings?
I think I've seen you get more tactful about how you do it.
Mhm.
Like there's a time and place to be like unfilteredly honest. There's a time and place to just save face. What I've learned from you specifically is that there is a time to do that. I think a lot of people either don't or they 100% do. They're both ends of the spectrum. They're either I'll just lie because I don't want to hurt your feelings, or I'll just tell the truth. I don't care about your feelings. I think I've learned from you is that if you love somebody, you know when to do which. That there's a certain time to be a little bit more honest and a little bit more like, I don't know if that's the best idea, even if it's gonna hurt them, because you built that respect that you can do that. That it's mutually agreed that you're not coming at it from a place of antagonistic kind of intention.
What did you figure out about me negatively about watching, not from anything I said or did?
You criticize and judge a little too harshly, come to conclusions. The term make an ass out of you and me is what an assumption. That kind of, I think, is the biggest thing that you have tended to do over the years. And you've gotten better, but that's the thing that's most like you kind of jump to a conclusion, then you don't plant your flag, but it's pretty like, oh no, I know this. Then if you don't know it, it's like I think you get a little awkward because you thought you did, you had the confidence of it. So
Do you think that's affected you in any way?
I think somewhat. I think I try intentionally not to come to conclusions, especially about people and judgment. I like the Walt Whitman quote, "Be curious, not judgmental," a lot. It's not dissimilar to Sonder, which is the epiphany that everyone's living a complex life. I think it's easy to be mad at somebody, and it's harder to accept the fact that they're just like you. It definitely has helped me, I think, understand that I want to be less judgmental,
Mhm.
but not less like you. Just I want to be as open as I can.
Well, our shirts, our new ones that are going to come in, they don't say thinking is underrated, which is maybe in line with what you were saying originally. But the new ones say ask better questions, which is more in line with the quote about be curious, not judgmental. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good reminder for me to try to be better um, than I was before. Was there a version of me you needed that I wasn't quite able to be? And what did that teach you about you or about me?
I think there's a version of you that I wish I had. I do get a little jealous because I think I'm your first attempt at being a dad.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think a
true.
lot of times it's like
That's true.
you're like, what do I do here? I'm just guessing. like with Taylor and Kenna, with
Related to your
my
sisters.
sisters, show a little bit more pride in their accomplishments than you did me, which I am envious of. But I also, I again, with learning that you're a human too, it's like, but that's not your fault. You didn't know that I didn't even know I needed that. How could you have known I needed that? And also, you do it now. And like when I like show you my grades and stuff, like, dude, congratulations, you did that. You put that effort in, and that's enough to me because it's still I'm still getting that experience. So do I wish I had that earlier? Maybe, but do I wish I had a different version of you? No way in hell.
What kind of relationship do you want us to have for the next 20 years? And what do we need to do differently to get there?
I'd like us to hang out, talk, be friends. That I think it shifts into more friend-esque. I'll never be your peer just because you are my dad, and so that just will always be that way. But I think the biggest thing that we should do to make sure our bond is the same, if not strengthened, is just keep talking. Because I think me and you do disagree, will disagree, but I think if we keep bringing respect to the table, and I think if we keep trying to be better for one another and for ourselves, that it will allow us to just have a great relationship with each other, and then you can, have a relationship hopefully with my kids one day. I'd love for you to be around and present in their lives. So our relationship, I hope, isn't that much different. Just, I have a full beard and
Maybe.
maybe
You
you
never know.
have
Mine
some.
will be whatever's
I'll
left.
get you like a wig or something. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be kind of cool.
Yeah. That ship sailed a long time ago. I should have given you the 2 sentences or less, 1 sentence or less.
I'll get a goldfish tattooed on me.
Um,
He was proud of his piece of paper. I think
if I phrase it as variant, would that make more sense in the comic book sense of the word? Camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two. It's a Wayne's World reference for you, those who don't know.